The answer, well, they're going to go with that 5-guard set. Of course, they played a lot of 4 guards with Bullen, and it really worked out well. And we talked about it as well. Science Hill is not going to hit 10 3-pointers in everything they did at home. And they were, basically shut out from outside. They did end up with 3 3-pointers in the game, but again, that was just menial, again, to this Gate City pressure and what they did for them. So,
well, we've talked, actually, I think last night I was saying, we've seen flashes of this from the girls, but they haven't put together 4 quarters of what they're capable of. Now we know. And if I was Coach Housewright, I would tell them it's pretty simple. The rest of the season, this is what I want to see every second of the games.
Well, and they needed this kind of form. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't, everything. It wasn't.
Oh no, we had blown out knees, bloody noses. It isn't anything but pretty.
And a lot of scrappy.
Fire alarms.
A lot of scrappy, good play again overall. And that's what they're going to have to do against, like you talk about, a Wise Central. Some of those teams that we've got on our schedule coming up. And, of course, like I said, that game coming up here in just a couple weeks. So, 9:22 left before the boys get underway. Gate City's taken 2 out of 3 tonight here from the Hilltoppers again. The girls opened up tonight with a 31-30 win over the Lady Trailblazers in the JV game. And then the boys succumbed to off shooting night, and they lost 47-34. But then again, sparred by a 17-0 run in the first quarter. Gate City never looked back. Great win, great performance.
And to Science Hill's credit, they never gave up either. They were fighting to the last second. It just wasn't enough. Gate City simply overpowered them tonight.
Gate City moves to 11-4 on the season. Again, they remain 3-3 in conference play. As again, they've got the Lady Patriots on Wednesday night. They'll be over at the Patriot Palace, and we'll be there with them to cover the game as, again, Gate City goes on the road. The boys won't be playing until next Friday night.
Well, we were talking earlier before we went on the air about this rough schedule the girls have got right now. And now that I think about it, after this win tonight, I'm glad to see a good quality team like East, because I don't think that's going to give the girls a chance to have a mental letdown. No. I think that this is going to keep them sharp and focused, and they'll come out ready to play Wednesday night. If they've been playing maybe a lesser team, I would actually be a little worried about them overlooking them, which, I kind of wonder if Science Hill overlooked Gate City tonight.
Well, and I mentioned that, on the road, it's a Saturday night, it's a non-conference, you beat them by almost 40 points the first time, and again, so here we are.
Hey, it's a win.
A win
over
is a
Science
win.
Hill.
So we'll take a quick break, come back, get you ready for the boys' game. Again, you're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Are you back? Do I need to move?
For exceptional Mexican food and the perfect place to stop in before heading out to watch another Gate City victory, La Carreta Express in Weber City offers a tremendous menu of authentic Mexican cuisine at a great price. La Carreta proudly supports Blue Devil Sports, and they're open 7 days a week, even until 10 p.m. every night except Sunday. So dine in with them today or give them a call at 276-386-7000 for call-in orders. Again, that's 276-386-7000, and they're located next to Weber City Drug on U.S. Highway 23 in Weber City.
And we're back here about 6:30 left before the boys hit the court. Just a quick recap again when these two played. Varsity boys jumped out to a 22-10 first quarter lead, and they went on to the 88-73 win at Science Hill. Zach Irvin connected on 5 3-pointers that night and led the Blue Devils with 49 points. Bradley Dean had 24 points and 8 rebounds, while Luke Reed had 4 points, 5 rebounds. Drew Vermillion hit 2 big 3-pointers, finished with 6 points. John Compton had 4 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists in the win. So let's talk about the boys again. Science Hill comes in here off the loss last night to Elizabethton. Of course, that's a rivalry game. Talk about just the same thing as, are these guys going to be focused on Gate City, a team that lost to earlier in the season, off a big loss to Elizabethton. Again, these guys still fighting for their the conference, but again, they're out of district on a Saturday night.
Well, Joe, this isn't your daddy's Science Hill team.
Thank goodness.
I honestly cannot remember a time where Science Hill was 4-8. Not to say I don't enjoy every second of that, but Gate City is outscoring them in every quarter right now. Science Hill's averaging 61 points a game. Gate City's averaging 73 points a game. Both teams beat Daniel Boone, but let me throw a monkey wrench in this. Dobbins Bennett's beaten Science Hill twice, both times by 10 points. DB beat Gate City by 17.
But you know as well as I do, they're not 17 points better than
Oh, I agree completely.
But
because Gate City gave DB all they wanted that first quarter.
Right.
My point, though, is Gate City cannot overlook this team.
Yep.
They will rise up and snake bite you.
So again, like I said, with their biggest layoff of the season coming up, don't want them to look ahead, try to get ready for a Elite High team in a week. So,
well, Gate City has got to be ready for this Science Hill defense. The Hilltoppers can defend full court. Gate City's really not seen that since the Arby's Classic.
Yep. Dean and Irvin especially, they've been mismatches for most teams, but Science Hill has the athletes to follow the blueprint that Dobbins Bennett and Winona, Alabama showed to double, triple team them, as well as be physical, and it allow maybe another Gate City Blue Devil to have to step up. This Science Hill team has seen that, and it was talked about the last few games. We've seen some Hilltoppers in the crowd at the last few Gate City basketball games scouting, so they maybe have picked up on that, and maybe they'll try to implement it again tonight.
Well, I came across another little interesting statistic. Of course, you can make statistics look any way you want to, but Science Hill this season is 2-3 on the road, and when they face out-of-state teams, they are 0-2. So let's hope it winds up being 0-3 by the time the night's over.
Another thing about a key for the game, the Blue Devils must counter the Hilltopper runs. In the previous meeting, Science Hill put together runs of 8-0, 7-0, 8-2, and 11-0 to cut into the Gate City lead. They were down by just one in the second half before the Blue Devils went on that big run and again to get that 15-point win. Science Hill has the athletes and the shooting and the capability to be able to score and score quick, especially in transition. Gate City's got to limit that ability for Science Hill to come out with a win tonight.
Well, just for the sake of tradition, I'm going to say this because I think I've said it every game. Gate City cannot get caught up in the Science Hill's run and gun offense. They've got to stick true to their own game plan. And now, last night, they did. Gate City played, I thought, very well last night, and they tried to execute the plays. They need to continue that.
Yep, no isolation. The guards have to create pressure. The weakness of this Gate City team, and, Mac and a few of them have made comments in the interviews, they've allowed guards to penetrate their interior defense and be able to create offense, whether it's a kick out to the three or to go ahead and get that, higher percentage shot. Gate City's got to keep these Hilltoppers out of the paint. Force them to do what the girls did. They dared them to shoot from three-point land and beat them, and they didn't. And again, that bode well earlier. Doesn't happen in the boys' game.
Well, let's hope so. What was really impressive, I was thinking about this driving home last night, going through Wadlow Gap. There's not much else to do but think. But Zach did not play a typical Irvin level, and Gate City still dominated that game.
Yep.
So if he is on tonight and Gate City can bring that kind of intensity, this could be very entertaining.
Again, Science Hill and Gate City about to tip off here. 2 to 3 minutes. We'll take a quick break, come back. We'll be having the starting lineups and get you ready for a great finishing of the night. Again, Gate City's won 2 of 3, looking for 3 of 4 and to sweep the varsities. This is the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Proudly representing Southwest Virginia in the House of Delegates for the last 24 years, Terry Kilgore continues to strive and work hard for others. Just like our Gate City Blue Devils proudly represents our school, our town, and community. Delegate Kilgore, a proud Gate City alumni himself, wants to thank the residents of the 1st District for their trust and support over the years as he's continued to voice our needs and concerns in Richmond to make our region a tremendous place to live and work. And on behalf of Delegate Kilgore and his family and staff, they say, Go Big Blue!
You are listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio. Sports Radio.
And we're back here. About 30 seconds left before the starting lineups are announced. Don't think we'll have the national anthem, so Rob, what have you found out in terms of the starting lineups for Science Hill and Gate City?
Yep, Science Hill is going to start a taller lineup than they had started last time. They're going to start number 33, Mathern. He's about 6'4", they show. Kendall Cullop, number 32, he's going to start tonight, as well as Shingledecker. That's a hard name to say when you get excited.
Shingledecker. Rookie of the year.
He's three. Those are three of their taller fellas that they usually don't start. So and actually we're not exactly sure of the other two. I'll have to wait and see as Shingledecker is being announced. Stevens is going to play tonight. Number 24 will start tonight. And also number 40, Phillips. So
I think Mathern is also going to be a starter. He started against us that first time as well.
As now we have the starting lineup for our Gate City Blue Devils. Head coach by Mr. Scotty Vermillion. Starting for our Blue Devils, as you can hear, number 1, Bradley Dean. Starting at guard tonight, back after injury, number 10, John Compton. Starting at a strong forward, number 14, David George. Got him marked as a forward tonight, number 15, Drew Vermillion. And number 23, Mr. Zach Irvin. So, David George has really played good. You know, you look at all the stats that we see, scoring and rebounding, but David George has really been a spark plug for the team. Him and Compton both.
As looks like probably at halftime we'll have heroes from the first game again.
Right.
Got Sarah Thompson and Jaden Fulton, which will be up here at halftime. So
Sarah's still able to walk. That's good after the beatdown.
We're going to have to protect her as she comes up through this crowd. But anyway.
Amen. We're ready to tip it off, gentlemen. Here we go. And the ball is up in the air. And it's going to be Science Hill with the ball. Science Hill has the ball out front with, again, playing probably their biggest lineup they can right now as the ball goes inside to Mathern and give him the bucket. Pretty easy over Zach as Dean brings the ball across the timeline.
Hunter Phillips didn't start that first matchup with us.
No.
Again, like I said, he's out there, though, the catalyst to guard the guards.
Long three-pointer by Dean. Bang! He made that one from Waterloo Gap, as Chris says.
He made one from Taco Bell yesterday.
Yes. Taco Bell parking lot. 3-2. Gate City leads. Almost a steal by George over in the corner baseline as Science Hill comes and sets it back up out front with their guard, Stevens. Steven passes the ball. Again, there's Phillips, one of their taller, younger players, playing out front a lot. And Vermillion's is playing on him. But again, 6:49 to go, 3-2, Gate City leads. Will this be another defensive game, Joe?
I think Science Hill wants to run a little bit more than what Gate City is going to see.
Yep.
So
three-pointer, no good. George has the ball. Vermillion for three. Off the back of the rim. George hustles for the rebound. He's going to try to throw it off one of the Science Hill players, but he's not going to be able to. And Science Hill's going to come down and shoot from about 12 feet. No good. Here comes Zach. As he gets the ball, he's going to drive baseline. He's going to get fouled. and he's going to come up just short on the bucket. So Science Hill the boys starting out like the girls did, Joe. A little slow on their shooting.